Ladies and gentlemen, gamers of all ages, welcome to Tric Trac TV. Today we're going to be talking about this, Dragon Keeper. Now this is a little game that's going to hit Kickstarter in the beginning of the year. It's written by Etienne Degnaud, I hope I pronounced that right, illustrated by Ismaël and Boris Moncel, and published by Ilopoli. And with me today I have Monsieur
Arnaud.
Arnaud, that's it. I was going to get it Arnaud Antoine, I always mess that up. Who is the publisher?
Yeah.
Now this is quite a unique little game in the sense that the box plays quite an important role.
Yeah.
Basically what it is you are part of a group of adventurers who now work for a dragon, if I'm not mistaken, and part of your duties, as it were, is to help the dragon defend his lair.
Yeah.
So the dragon's lair has multiple levels, like a castle, if you will, which is represented by different layers of the box. I've got one between my hands, and you can see there's two of them here. Now, if I put this up underneath the camera, you can see that the inside of the box has lots of different spaces in it for the rooms. The rooms themselves look like this. They have different colors and different values, and the objective of the game is to work your way down through the levels, scoring points based on what rooms you have and what their value is.
Yeah.
Now, each color of the rooms, stop me if I'm wrong here, belongs to a guild.
Yeah.
And each player at the beginning of the game will have a guild affiliation, as it were.
Yeah, sure.
And basically, when you're affiliated with a guild, you don't really want to kill off your old friends. You know, you may be working for a dragon, but it does make you heartless. So you've got to try not to get too many rooms of that color. We'll explain as things go on. So you set up all the levels as such. I'll put this back under the... There we go. You put tiles up into the box like so. Takes 2 minutes to set up. Oop. Oops. Now, bear in mind, this is a prototype. So at the moment, it's all cut out cardboard and stuck together with loving hands, but it is definitely not production level. Up. And there we go. Then you put these, once again, prototype material. I'll let you do the honors. You just put one of them into each corner. I don't know if you can get the other side, so I don't have to reach over.
Yeah, this is
oh, sorry, because this is actually the bottom one, what I'm on about. Up. So there we go, you do that, and then you have 3 levels of dungeon ready to be explored. Isn't that magic? So, Mr. Arnaud, how do we go about pillaging this dungeon? Once you put the dragon in.
So, as you say, each player receives one color at the beginning of the game, and he keeps the color hidden for the other player.
So, there are different colors of guild.
Yeah.
It looks like mage, thief, druid, that sort of thing, and then of course there's a warrior, because you can't have a guild without warriors in it.
And each player receives also 4 tokens representing a part of the treasure of the dragon.
So we get to see what our guild is, but the other players don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then each player play in clockwise, so each player have to make 2 moves. The first one in the first direction, you can see here, and you have to choose one of the tile in the same line. Okay. So for example, I choose the red with the 5, and I move the dragon on the spare...
Now empty space.
Yes.
Okay.
And I keep the tile for me.
So the first tile you always keep for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second move, you make it in a second direction, and so you choose one tile in the row, and then you give it to the previous player.
Okay.
So I give it to you, and then the next player make his turn, so in the first direction, and then in the second direction.
Okay.
So when you receive a tile, you place it in front of you on a visible side, and you stuck here in a different stack, 1 stack per color. Okay. Okay. You play like that as soon as you cannot make your turn, because there are no more tiles in the line or in the row where you have to pick one. Okay. Gotcha. In this case, you pass to the next level.
And down we go.
Yeah. And then
dragon goes back in, and then we start again.
Yes. You replace the dragon on the middle, and then you start again to play. The player who starts the second level is the player we take the stairs.
The center tile. Okay.
Yeah. Or the player who have finished the previous level.
Okay.
Okay. So you play, and that's it. And when you arrive on the last level, the third one, at the end, this is the end of the game.
Okay.
Each time you finish a level, the player have to discard some treasure.
Some gold tokens, okay.
Yeah. So depending the number of adventurer you let on the level.
Yep, the amount of tiles you've left.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there are no more tile, you keep all your treasure. If there are between 1 to 5, you have to discard 1 token. Between 6 and 8, you have to discard 2. And more than 8, you have to discard 3.
Okay.
The player who end the level has to discard 1 additional token.
Okay.
To gain token, during the second move you do during your turn.
The tile that you give to other people?
Yeah. If you give a tile with a value of 3 or more, you gain a token.
Ah, I see. Okay, so you can't just give people 1 all day long. Okay.
If at the end of a level you cannot pay, you lose.
Oh,
and the other player continue to play.
I see. So you've got to manage it with...
Yeah. So that cannot arrive on the first level because you have
maximum 4, yeah.
But on the second level, you have to take care of that.
And at the end of the third level, does it happen again?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the 3.
Right. So you have to keep your finances up.
You have to keep in mind the number of treasure you have and the number of your opponent have.
Okay, so if we go over, then it's end of game scoring, I assume, once you've done all 3 levels.
And
so
at the end...
If I just grab a few tiles to... Up. Yeah. Up. Grab 1 or 2 of these to... Yeah.
And,
okay.
So, for example, and at the end of the game, you have to make you have to count your point. To start, you have to discard the higher stack you have.
Okay.
So the stack where you have the most of tile, without regarding the value of each tile.
Okay,
only
so it's
the size.
Numerical amount of tiles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in my case, I have 3 red tiles and less of everything else, so that doesn't count anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have to reveal your colors, and the 3 other stack, so I discard that.
Yep.
The 3 other stack count in positive, and the purple, for me, count in negative.
-1 or negative what's printed on the tile?
Print on the tile.
Okay, then that's going to be corrected then, I assume. No worries. Okay.
This is a prototype.
Of course,
at the end, there are minus
right.
X.
So that isn't because I've got 1 for blue here.
Yeah.
So that isn't -1 point, that's -4 points.
-4.
Expensive.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. And though you count in positive the rest. So for your example, so you have 4 minus 4, 0, so you have 4 points.
4 points.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have a lot more tiles by the end of the game than that, but
sure.
for example purposes.
Yeah. An additional point on the rule is you have some specific action on some tiles because when you take some of this, you have this one also, and
yes, there is actually. I'll show them to the camera. There are actually some special actions. If you look on the value of the tile, there's actually some special icons by the looks of it.
So yes. So when you take this type of tile, you can keep it for the value, or you can execute the action.
Ah, okay.
So, for example, for this action, so the 3 with 2 arrows, when you take this tile, you can keep it, or you can exchange this tile with one tile of your opponent, visible on the top of one.
It has to be on the top of the pile. It can't be. Okay.
The 2 with the cross. At the end of the game, you can discard this tile with another tile. For example, in your case, you can discard this one with your negative.
Blue. So you still come out 2 up. Okay, excellent.
The 4 with
the spikes around?
Yep. When you take this tile, you can keep it, or you can discard it and take one of the remaining tile on the board.
Oh, intriguing.
Where
So I could actually
where
get
you
rid of
want.
that
Yeah.
and then take something else that was...
Yeah, for example, you can discard
cool.
this one to take another color because it is you are blue and you don't want the four
That's
blue.
it. Okay.
And the one is the secret pass. So when you execute your first move and you take this type of tile, you execute your second move to give the tile to the previous player, and then you can discard the secret pass and take one tile on the new one direction.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay. So that allow you to change the line where the dragon is.
Gotcha.
And that's it for the power.
Okay. Well, is that all the rules then?
Yeah.
That's it? Okay. I like it. I like the principle of moving the dragon around.
Yeah.
That's quite fun. Just the mechanics of having to move one way, take a tile for yourself, move one way, take another tile for your opponent is quite fun. The fact you have to pay the toll at the end of turn means you can't just go, well, I'm going to take 5 for myself and a 1 for you.
Yeah, that keeps the pressure during the game.
And what I find the most fun is your guild affiliation.
Yeah.
In the sense that you want to try and be giving low tiles of a colour to people, but if it's their guild affiliation, then you want to try and give them that in high values, because not only does it give them negative points, but you get coins for it.
Yeah.
But you've got to guess what it is.
Yeah.
So is it going to be based on what they're picking, or maybe they're bluffing and they've already picked one to throw you off the scent and it doesn't cost them any points? It's quite tricky. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that
and
a lot.
you can to change in fact your strategy during the game, because at the beginning you don't want to take the purple tile because it's your guild, but at the end if your opponent give you the purple, that could be interesting to be that your highest stack, because at the end you discard it.
Oh, so if your highest stack is your guild affiliation, you still discard it and say you get away scot-free.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Sure.
So okay.
In this case, you have to discard another stack, but your negative point erases to 0. So that could be a good strategy.
Okay. So if I've understood that correctly, you don't get your stack of your adventurers, of your guild affiliation, just counts as 0.
Yeah.
But you still have to discard another stack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in fact, you have to give a tribute to the dragon, so it's your highest stack. But if it is your guild, in fact, you
kind of tidy them away and
and so you have to give.
But in that sense, it doesn't count, and you have to get rid of another stack, but it doesn't count negative.
Yeah.
So that's good. I like that. That's sneaky.
In fact, you count in positive only 3 stack, but sometimes you have a 4 tile stack, and it is your negative point.
I see. So there's loads of little ways you can go about it. If people caught onto you too soon, which is your guild affiliation, you can just stack it up nice and high, so you can get rid of it at the end of the game. No, I like that. That gives you quite a few options. And plus, I love this idea. I love the idea of using the box for the different dungeon levels. That's really clever. That really gives you the impression that you're going down through each level. I like that a lot.
At the first level, you have the windows, and then you.
So you do.
You get down, and at the end, you have the.
The dragon's hoard. Nice.
Sure.
I like that. And torches on the wall on the second level. No, that's great. That's a lovely little bit of detail. So tell us the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
When's it coming?
So in January next year, so in 2016.
Yep, that's it.
January, I hope. And the game will be available at the end of the summer. So
so quick turnaround time then.
I think we are nearly ready. All the graphic, the artwork is finished. So depending the Kickstarter, we have to adjust something during 1 or 2 months, and then go to the production. So I'm sure that the game could be available in September.
Excellent. Good turnaround. People like that. And once again, don't forget, Kickstarter in January. So this is a prototype. So the little bits of cardboard you see flying around, that's perfectly normal. But that's not what you'll get. So just another reminder. What else is there to say? It looks like a lovely little game. I'm going to look forward to the Kickstarter. It looks great. Lovely little idea. Nice and sneaky. I like sneaky. And good luck with it. So thank you to you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you, you guys, for watching. Once again, this was, which is the bottom box? It's this one. Here come the tiles. Dragon Keeper, a game by Etienne Degnaud, illustrated by Ismail and Boris Moncel. Very nicely illustrated, I might add. And of course, published by yourself at Idopoly. Keep an eye out for it on Kickstarter in January 2016. Until then, take care. Ciao.
Bye.